Welcome back to a conversation with Ryan and Judy. I'm Ryan.
I'm Judy.
Judy just asked me an oh so lovely question. She just looked at me and she was like, "You ever gonna cut that thing on your head, or what's going on there?"
Yeah, tell me what is,
Oh,
because the last time I saw you, your hair was short, right?
I mean, it's always been kind of short, but I'm
Yeah.
growing it. I'm letting it. I'm trying to. I'm letting a mane grow. I'm like a lion running
Okay. Oh,
around.
hey, I mean, it's nice and curly and very luscious, I must say.
It is such a pain in the ass. I don't know why any woman ever has long hair.
It's the worst.
Oh my God. And I get it. I get like I used to make fun of my girl for shedding, right? But it's
Hmm.
not that she's shedding. It's just that like it it's tangled on everything.
It
Mine's
does.
a third of the size of hers in length. And it's just like, oh, and then the drain.
Ooh.
Oh,
I could only imagine in your household.
the drain is disgusting. I need like a super snake. I
Yeah.
need a black snake. You stop. Don't tell me to stop. Yeah, I heard you. You know why? Because you said that out loud. Oh, you heard me. Every week, same thing. every week, like, oh, that came out. Oh, you keep it up. You keep speaking your truth, love. We empower in this house.
Yes.
Dumb
Speak
bitch.
your mind. That's mean.
What? No, I was talking about the royal dumb bitch.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. So like not
okay.
any in particular dumb bitch.
Oh God.
Hard cut. All right.
Yeah.
Um I have some notes that I want to talk about. I have some first thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
So, you know how I told you I was gonna post the shows?
Yes.
I was gonna post the shows.
Yeah,
I
you
had
said Sunday or Monday or
yeah.
something.
No, yeah, yeah. I had every intention of doing it. I was rendering our video chats last night. And I
Okay.
was like, okay, yep, I'm just gonna from now on, Tuesday is gonna be like my due date. That way I don't have to look at Judy and be like, man, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I got lazy. Right? That was gonna
Yeah.
be my due date. Like it's just like, okay, term papers are due Tuesday before midnight. So I'm rendering video. I'm like, okay, it's fine. So I finally get everything all figured out and done.
Yeah.
And I go to log in and I cannot find the podcast in the account anywhere.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't find it anywhere. And I'm trying to log into other stuff, trying to I know exactly what happened, but I
Uh,
don't know how it happened. So when I originally signed this up on our platform, I used the normal email that I use, but instead of Gmail, Mr. Fat Fingers over here put GFL.
how did it accept it?
Because what it does is it doesn't check to see if it's a valid email address. It makes you validate it. Like
Hmm.
you after you set everything up, you have to send a verification email,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So I set up GF mail, um, and I realized what I did. And so then I went back in and I set up it under the regular Gmail. The issue, the issue is that I had already set up the name of the show and everything. I had done
Mm.
all that stuff. So now when I go in, even though I can't verify that account, when I go in, it's like, I'm sorry, this has been taken by another user. I know, it's been
It's
taken by
me.
me.
Oh man.
So
So what's gonna
yeah,
happen?
so give me one more day to see if I can hack this thing
Hmm.
because I think if I could just figure out the right combination of email to password ratio. And I say that just because I've already used all the known passwords.
Okay, fair.
So
fair.
I would like another day to try to figure this out. If not, then what I would suggest that we do, and this is kind of what I wanted to do from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
we change it to what the fuck, man? That's 2 strikes. All right. All right. Everybody gets 1. Now y'all 2.
We're like 7 minutes into the show and we're already on strike 2.
Judy makes it even. This is 7 minutes in, bro. She's doing the what I call the tiny Asian thing. I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean it. What? That's what when y'all get in trouble. Yeah. I'm not trying to look. That sounds very racist. I apologize if it came off in any way other than she's doing the thing where she's, oh, I'm so sorry, so I'm gonna cover my mouth.
God.
Right.
Okay. So
before I get canceled,
yeah.
What was I talking about before I heard the TikToks?
What were we gonna do?
Oh
with the
yeah.
show? Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
So I suggest that we just do a conversation with Judy and Ryan because
Okay.
and the reason I had said I wanted to do that from the beginning is because I don't want it to be about me and you're pretty, so why not lead with the good stuff?
It
Right?
also it makes sense to me because of the alphabetical order. That was just my reasoning. It's my OCD there,
Well,
like
then why did you do Ryan and Judy?
because that's what we were going with, and we're just like, all right, we'll just go with it. It's fine.
All right, fine.
But
But
okay,
yeah, so
sounds good.
So, and then what I'll also do is once we get off, I just want to make sure I have a schedule that I want to do in a whole thing to make sure that I can upload them everywhere. So after we get done, I'll talk to you about it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's the show. So because I'm sure at some point you like looked at the podcast on Monday or Tuesday and you're like, this bitch.
Yes.
He got me real fucked up right now. My house is flooding and he can't even do a simple fucking thing like hit enter to upload a motherfucking thing that I sent him.
Yes. I mean, also, I like to listen to podcasts on my way home from work, like my commute. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if, normally on Spotify, it'll tell you like new episodes this week. Ours doesn't pop up. I'm like, oh, all right, it's fine. I'm sure there's an explanation for it, which there always, I'm like, it's okay.
There's always an excuse.
There's always an explanation. No, it's not an excuse, it's an explanation.
I'm telling you though, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell this part of the story. So when I was in the GMF mail account or whatever the fuck ever it was, after I realized what I had done, in the account I switched the email to the regular one.
Uh-huh.
So it should still work, but it's not working. This is why I'm confused.
That's kind of confusing.
Yeah. So
well, I hope you're able to figure it out. If not,
okay. we're gonna have a much more alphabetically aesthetic name.
Yes, and I'll update the album art.
Yeah, the clip art.
Yeah, thing.
Excuse me, sorry. So I kind of let the cat out of the bag in my rant, but you told me you got something going on in your office, which is why you got the different setup tonight.
Yes, so we're in my dining room, front room, because our office is currently flooded. It's been flooding steadily for the last 2 weeks. One, we have the worst property management. Okay. I put this work order in as an emergency work order on the 11th of this month. So
wait, I thought you owned your home.
No, this is a rental. Yeah, our house is a rental. So I put in an emergency work order because it's water damage, obviously.
So question, when you say flooding though, right? What are we talking about? Is it like, is there water leaking in? Is it like from rain outside? Like,
No,
what's going on?
so we didn't know where it was coming from. All I know is our hallways that lead to the bedrooms and the office was like wet. And I'm like, what is this? Essentially, I was like, oh, maybe the cat or the dog like peed or something. I get it. They have accidents, whatever. No, it's not them. And I could tell whenever we stepped on the floor, you can see water coming out of it, like little
Right.
droplets. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I started noticing the carpet, half of our office is like damp. It wasn't wet yet. It was like damp. I'm like, okay, let me
Right. You
put
still
the
had to riz that carpet up a little bit.
yeah. Like, okay, let's put an emergency work order on the 11th, and I have all my work orders. I put like five in the last 2.5 weeks. Um,
You're a little work order slut.
well, first of all, they don't take water damage seriously, apparently. And I'm like, look,
What?
at this point, like
What do you mean they don't take water damage too, just because they haven't been getting back to you?
they've already sent two people out, right, to take a look at it. The first guy was like, "Oh, that wasn't part of the work order. We can't do anything because it's not in this work." I'm like, y'all shitting me, right? But I get it. They have to stick within the tickets,
Right.
whatever, vendors and whatever.
Insurance, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right.
So then so another week passes. I put in another ticket because nobody has gotten back to me about this water, and it's getting worse every day. So now, instead of our carpets being damp in the office, it's wet. Like it's starting to like puddle when you step on it. So I refuse to use that office right now because it's kind of gross.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that sounds like you're gonna have a mold thing soon.
Yeah. So they sent another vendor and they saw the leak. It's coming from our AC unit that's in the middle of
Dude, that happened over here too. I mean, my property management took care of it.
ours has not. So this was a week ago, last Thursday, almost a week. So last Thursday they came out. They're like, "Oh, we see where the leak is. We took pictures. We'll send it back to the property management, the estimate to get approved, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "I suggest you calling them tomorrow," which was last Friday, "to make sure that it's on their radar, or else they'll never get back to you. And then you're just going to have to do this whole process again of getting another estimate, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, this is not drying up anytime soon. There's probably mold under this, where this thing
after
is.
after like a week and a half, 2 weeks, definitely.
So I don't know what else to do at this point. Like, I called them on Monday and they're like, "Oh yeah, we raised your ticket." And they try to give me like this BX excuse about how the contractors they use were like scamming the company, so they had to move with someone else.
I
Really?
mean, it sounds like they were scamming since you kept putting in tickets and didn't get any work done.
God, these people are ridiculous. I'm like, what am I paying this maintenance fee every month on our rent when no one's doing nothing?
Not like so. Literally, same thing with my AC. The first time it happened, I don't know how. I think it's because of the heater, but it's also connected to the AC. But there's a pipe that
Hmm.
runs in my kid's room, and at first the pipe was downward, right? So the first time I had an issue with the AC, they what did they do? They did what I would do if I was a maintenance man, and they just turned the pipe upside down, right?
Yeah, right.
And so you would hear the water go like, brr, 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 but it would never get high enough to go past the pipe, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then we had this summer happen,
Oh,
and it was
okay.
like one of the I feel like we're saying this every year, but it was one of like the hottest
Hottest
summers on
summer.
record.
Yeah.
So it took a fucking sledgehammer to my AC unit, and it flooded my kid's room just like you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Thankfully, I my guys were out. Like I was surprised. They came out the next day.
Yeah.
They left one of those carpet fans in my kid's room. But he
Hmm.
loved it because of the extra sound. He's like, "This is awesome. It's like Disneyland." You know? But no, that sucks. I'm sorry that you're going through that.
Yeah. And at this point, I'm like, all this proper like water damage that's happening here, it's not gonna be on us. It's gonna be on
No,
them.
yeah,
Like it's
and
gonna be on y'all. Like,
make sure like because you have renter's insurance, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get into my professional mode real quick. Make sure you're taking pictures of everything as it's happening,
Hmm.
especially if there's anything that is damaging your stuff in particular.
Hmm.
Because what'll happen is if they dick around, and this is, you know who I work for.
Yeah.
Y'all don't, and I'm gonna keep it that way, okay? Because we got a little something called boundaries. I love
Boundaries.
you, but I love you over there.
Boundaries.
Um,
Yes.
so at the company I work for, uh, they would basically pay out if you made a claim with them. They would pay out, but then try and go after your property management company in order to recoup the money, right?
Yeah.
So also though, if you're going to make a claim, make sure that it is for a substantial thing. And by substantial, I'm talking 10K plus. The reason for that is because you're in a similar situation as me and you want to buy a home, right?
Hmm.
If you have a fire claim on your record, it is so much more expensive and harder to do so. If you have two, you can't get insurance anymore.
Interesting. I never knew that.
I
That's
didn't either until I started selling the shit.
yeah.
And now I'm a goddamn encyclopedia. Except for the guy who came in this week who thought he knew more about my job than I did, even though it's what I do every day. But whatever, you know.
Eh,
I'm not bitter.
we're not gonna get into that.
He didn't like call corporate and complain on me or anything.
Well,
My, my boss called me, he's like, so what happened? And I told him what happened, and he
yeah.
was like, well, don't worry, because honestly, in the world of complaints, this is on the lowest end of low. I was like, all right, cool, thanks, boss. I'm gonna go keep making you money. He's like, you
Yeah.
do that,
Thank you. Thank you.
you know.
Well, luckily, it's not affecting any of our stuff. It's just an annoyance at
Right?
this
No,
point. Like,
no,
what the fuck?
no. I totally get that. I do.
So,
I'm just like, because right now it's in the office, right? But if it
mhm.
spreads or anything
But
like
if it
that,
starts spreading, yeah, then I would
yeah.
be even more pissed. But
So
it's okay. But anyways, it's not okay. Property
you just
managers do
so
better.
2 weeks ago you get hit. Now you got a flooding problem.
I know. And it's like really like this house, and I get it, it's an old house. I get it, but
I just remember Texas was the right thing to
it
do.
is. It is still the right thing to do. And I will be happy once this lease is up because and we can leave.
Honestly, I'm proud of you for staying positive about it, though. You know, it's
Yeah,
like, because yeah, there's not shit you can do about it, but at the same time, like, fucking, exactly, you can't do anything. So why
I
be
can't.
pissed?
Right. And I mean, I don't use that office unless I'm recording. So I've used that office more recently because I had been recording, but
Yeah. And now your husband's probably all pissed because he's like, I can't play video games in the living room right now.
yeah, it like has that
Tell
weird smell and I'm
tell
like
your hippie friend to fucking cut his hair.
my hippie friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
me
Yeah.
with with my hair.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyways,
football happened this week.
yes, I wanted to bring that up because on our last episode, you said, Judy, the Cowboys aren't going to beat the Giants.
Did I say that?
You did.
Okay, I may have
And
said
you
that.
may like, if you could at some point just insert that clip
Oh,
here.
that's a lot of work.
Insert the clip right here. Say, Judy, the Cowboys aren't going to beat the Giants. Saquon Barkley
See,
is that man.
I see Big D getting the Big D. I'm gonna take a note. I'm gonna take a note to do that. All right,
Exactly
fine.
what you said.
No, honestly, I just remembered saying that the Cowboys weren't going to be good, but I do remember saying some dumb shit like that. So look,
And I
look.
mean, I won't lie. I was very surprised how that game went on. It's like,
Honestly, I look. So here's my take on that team, right? Because
yeah,
McCarthy is still,
he's still trash.
yeah. Hold on,
Yes.
insert clip about Cowboys. All right. And I'm gonna do. You know why it's guaranteed that I'm gonna do it? Because I am FDIC insured. That's right.
You still have that sign.
Yeah, because I just didn't throw it away. Because I just have a tray of stuff right here, and
You
I
should
just put
just
it on there.
use that for every reason. You
I'm
know
gonna
why you should
frame it.
trust me? Ryan is FDIC insured.
Okay, put it on. Ooh, a T-shirt.
Oh my God. Let's
Oh,
get another episode up before we start talking about merch.
fair, fair. Especially with my track record.
Yeah.
So I think that if Jerry Jones had his way, he would flip the positions and put Dan Quinn in as his head coach.
Mhm.
Because Dan Quinn runs the entire defense. There's
Yes.
no one who tries to make any difference about that.
Yeah.
And that's what won you that game. Don't get me wrong.
Yes. Oh, yes. 100%.
Cooper Rush had some nice stuff happening, right? CeeDee Lamb, who I benched in my it was a 40 chess move because I won because I benched him.
Okay.
But of course I bench him when he goes off for like 25 points or whatever.
Yeah.
Long story short, I was up by like 5 points already. So by benching him, it guaranteed the victory in case he fumbled. So that's fantasy nerd stuff. Nerds. Now let me go back to breaking down the analytics of football. McCarthy he has that team so it's not disorganized.
It's not.
But it's not organized.
Yeah, it's not a cohesive bunch. I don't know.
You know what it is? It's
know.
I'm gonna get real Colin Cowherd because he always does dumb shit like that. No. This will be fine though. Okay. I'm not an idiot. I say that. Meanwhile, I'm in an apartment and he has a fucking $5 million mansion in Brentwood.
Yeah. What do we know?
But the Cowboys on the offense, particularly, because like I said, the defense is so good.
Solid.
Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence. You know. But on the offense, it's a lot like when you would come over to my place, and it was clean, but it was like I would have to be like picking this thing up over here and putting it, and then I'd walk over and put this over there, close the cabinet, and by the end of it, it was a nice looking presentation, but it just getting there was ooh.
Right, yeah.
I still find it very interesting how much they're using Zeke.
Yeah.
Because you have Pollard, and I get it. You don't want to wear Pollard out, maybe because you want to have him for the long run, but he's your better back at this point, so maybe you should be giving him
more reps. And
yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
I think Cowboys fans have been saying that for a few years now. But
whatever, Cowboys fans say a lot because they say that and then they say, "But we're gonna win, baby."
No,
you don't.
I know. There's those fans, and then there's other fans who are more realistic and
the same.
Those are the
most of the Cowboys fans that I talk to tell me
this is our year every year.
Dak is the second coming. We're gonna let him cook.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I think we're still missing I can see CeeDee's potential. I mean, it's been years now. His third season?
Is this his third season? I think
it's his third now.
It kind of
and he shouldn't be making those mistakes that he's making again. It's consistently.
So it's weird though, because his first season is the ankle season, right?
I don't, was it? Maybe.
And so last season is Dak's return season from the ankle.
Yes.
And
It's his first full
now,
season with okay,
yeah, and now he goes out. And don't get me
not
wrong,
again. Yeah.
don't get me wrong. When you are a top 10 or trying to be considered a top 10 receiver in the league, is a better way to put it.
Hmm.
There are things that you have to be able to do to separate yourself from the defense, right?
Hmm.
And he doesn't do all those. To what you were saying, there's a lot of things that he should have be better at by now.
Yeah.
And that's just from the eye test. Like, obviously, I can't say anything specifically, mostly because I didn't even watch that fucking game. Like, I watched the first quarter of it, and I was like, I just went through this with fucking Denver yesterday. I'm not doing this
God,
again.
yeah, I think the first quarter was like 6-0, if
Yeah.
that. Maybe it was 3-3. I don't even know.
Yeah, like if I had needed to keep CD in, then I would have watched it, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then as soon as he hit the one-hander, I would be like, cool, I don't have to watch this anymore.
That was it. That's the only highlight of that game.
Right. And so, but you're right that there are things, there's obvious things that he is not doing
Mhm.
to put himself on that next level. What that is, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll
And
tell you as the season progresses that they're going to get more stupid primetime games.
I know, unfortunately. But this is also his first season as wide receiver number one,
That's
because the last
true.
few years we've had Coop. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting
Gave him away for a
season.
ham sandwich.
But so the Cowboys play Washington next on Sunday.
No, you guys will beat them. For
Oh
sure.
yeah. No, like I picked up the Cowboys defense on waivers in fantasy because did you see Carson Wentz last week? Got sacked like 10, okay, I'm exaggerating, so 10 times, but
Ugh,
it might as well have been 10 times.
it was
Okay.
a lot. So I heard the funniest thing today, and
Yeah.
it was so interestingly true. They traded, what did they trade for Carson Wentz? Like a first round pick or a third round pick or something?
Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything, even if it was a seventh round pick,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying you don't trade it for Carson Wentz, but what I am saying, or this is what this person was saying anyway, they traded for Carson Wentz when they had a more entertaining version of Carson Wentz on the roster already. Because was it Tyler Heineke? I know his last name better than his first one.
Yes.
Like he does all the same dumb shit that Wentz does, but he like runs around and he's little, so at least it's like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
I can enjoy this now.
Right.
Look at him go. You know? And honestly, a couple of years ago, he almost beat the year that the Bucks won it all. He almost beat them in the playoffs. Like he was real close to taking them out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. So you trade for a quarterback like Carson Wentz, who is, and there's nothing that shows that he is abjectly better than Heineke, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So therein lies the thing. Like, why are you wasting picks on players that are not better than the ones you have on staff already? So, but that's the Commanders, and that's a whole thing. So. Eagles still look good. You're gone. What happened?
Sorry,
What happened?
I had to cough.
Oh, okay.
And it was like one of those ugly coughs, so I had to turn my camera off.
Speaking of aesthetics, I like that you got the gamer girl look going again.
Thank you. It's also because, I actually have my face done and I don't look like.
Yeah, no, you look like you're going to semis. You're. Oh, I'm screen capping that. That is gonna be anytime you text me. That's gonna be your new.
That's my new photo. Oh, that's my new photo. Okay, I like it.
Honestly, if I can figure out how to do the illustration stuff that you do, that might be the new fucking clip art.
Thanks. I think I like this setup of doing it in the front room. Does it sound like I'm echoey or anything? No?
No, not really.
Okay.
Mostly, I think it's because where the mic is. I know I sound echoey as shit all the time.
You surprisingly don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I normally?
No.
Oh, to me it's echoey.
I don't know.
You know, I'm an audiophile because that stupid radio background makes me want to be like, oh, if you can hear any hiss at all, it is garbage audio.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Anyways,
These are the things that give me anxiety.
yeah.
Why? Why do?
I don't know.
Why? Are you
I don't
okay?
know.
You don't know. I'm a grown man. I should figure out for myself. You're not my mom. You're not here to tell me how to do it.
I'm not. I'm
Anyway,
not.
and speaking of children, my kid.
Oh, what'd he
Oh
do?
my God, he is on one right now. Like
Okay.
he has this issue of keeping his hands to himself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And most the hands to the self thing, I'm hoping anyway. This is me probably just being an overprotective father, right? But the hands to himself thing, I think, is like he's just being playful, and that's how he's playing. But the other issue is that he's hyper competitive
Mm-hmm.
about certain things, and anytime he loses, he turns into a fucking asshole, and he like gets all like, like he's King Kong or Godzilla or some shit. And the thing is like, so the other day he loses at the game that they're playing. It's called Gladiator. I still don't understand how you actually play it,
Mm-hmm.
but they're playing Gladiator. He loses, and so instead of being like, "Hey, good game," blah blah, he like runs up to the kid and he's like, "Ah!" So the kid kicked him, right?
Damn. Yeah. As
He
you
should
would.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you would, as he should have gotten kicked,
Yeah.
right? So then Asher is like, well, yo, I'm not a bitch about it. So he squared up, right? By squared up, I mean like they wrestled or whatever. And
Yeah.
then another kid came over and like pulled Asher off of his friend. Right?
Okay.
This is a whole thing that I'm dealing with. So I'm like, okay, bro, well, you need to chill out because running up on somebody, yeah, they're gonna swing. Like, what you got? Obviously, I'm saying it to him more first gradery.
Right. Yeah. Of
You know,
course. Of course.
you gotta rep your set. What's a set?
Rip your hood, like
Oh God.
Enterprise.
Yeah. So we go through this whole thing with him over the weekend. We're like, yeah, if anything happens, you talk to a teacher. Anything happens, you go find a teacher. Monday morning, I pick him up, or Monday afternoon, I'm sorry, I pick him up, and the lady comes outside, and the only time they come outside is when he's in trouble.
Of
The only
course.
time. It's like when you get pulled over by the cop. The only time they ask you to get out of the car is if you're getting arrested,
Right. Yeah.
right? If it's just a ticket, you could stay in the car for that, man.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
a lot of people with DUIs just had like flashbacks.
Ugh. And yeah.
Oh, sorry if that gave
No.
you one.
No.
So she pulls me out and she's like, yeah, Asher wasn't keeping his hands to himself today and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, woo! Right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, and he has this real issue about losing. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking hit him so hard when he comes out of here that he's just gonna be a railroad spike into the cement. That's how I felt. So he comes out, he explains what happened. Not all at that time, but he explains what happened. Essentially, somebody was like acting like they were gonna kiss him. So he reacted, he pushed them away. Right?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I get that. Okay. You shouldn't be doing it, but under the circumstances. But then where he fucked up is that the person chased him, and instead of going to a teacher, he ran. Right? And so I
Okay.
asked him, I
Yeah.
said, why did you do that? Especially you, what were you supposed to do? And he said, I was supposed to go find a teacher. Okay, so then why'd you just run around? He's like, because I wanted to. Well, you must have also wanted to die. Nah, so I mean, so I got grounded, which sucks, especially at this age. You never, I mean, I'm sure you never want to have to ground him, but
Right. Of course.
when he's older and he really does know better, then you knew that this day was coming, sir.
Right. Like you. It was coming. Like, don't you remember years ago when this
Yeah.
also happened?
And so the issue that I'm running into now, though, is if anything happens to within a degree, because they're like, look, we get it. He's not trying to be, he just needs to
It's
work on
not, he
some
doesn't
stuff.
have malicious intent. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So they're like, if this happens again, though, he's gonna get a write up. I'm like, well, what's a write up, Joe? And it's like, well, gets him kicked out of safety. I'm like,
Ooh, that's
I'm like,
big.
we can't. We, I work like school
Right.
gets out at like
Both of you
3.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. So I work, my girl works, his mom works, my mom works, like everyone's working. So if he doesn't have safety, he's just chilling in the
And you
hood of
can,
Summerlin, which is funny if you live here.
yeah.
Anywhere else, you're like, what the okay, ha ha ha.
Like, haha, okay.
Worldwide. um.
Uh,
So yeah, so I've been dealing with the kid
oh,
on that, so that's fun.
that is a big thing though with SafeKey. You definitely don't want to lose that, but I understand. It's funny. One of my bosses the other day was like, "Well, I gotta leave. It's like 3:30. So I gotta leave. I gotta get my son out of school jail." I was like, "Oh no." He's like, "Oh, he bit a kid." So, all right.
How old is his son?
Oh, I forgot to mute. Damn.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay.
I think he's
Sounded
like
like Billy Bob
5.
Thornton in Sling Blade.
I think he's
Okay,
like 5.
so
Yeah, it's a young boy, but I'm still like,
no, I mean, like
really?
I got that phone call too. I should see, and this is the thing.
It's an
I
ongoing thing, right?
so it is an ongoing thing in
hmm
which he does if he feels like he failed at something, then he gets upset, right?
Right.
The issue that happened the first time, though, this happened like a year ago at his other school, right? It was actually like his last day of preschool.
Mhm.
Is that the issue there is he, compared to the rest of his classmates, is a Hulk. Like he's a monstrous beast,
He
right?
is, yes.
And so a kid came up and like tried to cut him. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna run you them hands. And so he took the kid and he dropped him. Like he picked him up and slammed. And I don't know if he slammed him down or if he actually picked him up or if it was just like he like threw him down, but the kid hit his head on the ground.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
that made it a whole thing. But like, look, my kid is real in these streets, okay? So he's out here fighting second graders and third graders. Okay, he ain't
Yeah.
afraid. He ain't afraid.
He ain't afraid. No. No.
Oh,
He ain't never scared.
Bone Crusher. God, I miss you, Bone Crusher. He's not dead. He just doesn't make music anymore.
I was like, wait, RIP? Like, I don't think I've heard that. Did you see Coolio died? I know,
He
totally
did?
right. Yeah, he passed away today.
Today?
Today.
Damn.
I know I haven't looked up all the news about it yet, but my husband was telling me. I was like, oh, Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise,
Yeah,
Coolio. Like,
I was just about to make a stupid joke about it.
yeah,
Like he's got to
RIP.
be in a gangster's paradise now.
Yeah,
Did
but
he ever have like he had like one other hit or something, right?
I honestly don't know. I just remember him. He did the theme song for Keenan and Kel. Did you do?
That might be the other thing that he did. Yeah, because that was his. He did theme songs. He did the theme song. Gangster's Paradise was the theme song for Dangerous Minds.
Right.
And he did the theme song for Keenan and Kel. And
hmm
then the only other thing that I actually know about him doing was like Celebrity Cook Off on Food Network.
I don't think I even knew about that.
Oh yeah, he would get on there and
Oh,
be like, Chef Coolio. I think he had like a YouTube channel where he'd do stuff like that too. I don't know. Rest in peace.
RIP,
Uh,
RIP. No, man.
See, that's what I need to do. I need to make like one or two hit songs and then just
And
live
that's
off
all
the
all you know.
interest.
Exactly.
Just live off the interest in the public appearances.
Like ask anybody. Well, I don't know if anybody, but be like Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. Like it just correlates with each other.
Yeah, I'm sure that he could get paid to do a free concert.
Yeah.
You know,
hmm and just say Gangsta's
Yeah,
Paradise.
exactly. Well, if he can get the rights to King to Kill song,
You're right.
Nickelodeon, come on, hook it up.
Oh man, I don't know if you've heard about. Okay, so one thing about me lately is I love to listen to like the celebrity drama. Either they're like actors, actresses, or like YouTube stars.
I
I
like how you say
love
lately.
just lately, I try not to follow up on gossip. That wasn't really my thing, but it's because I live like a stable life now, and I
Oh, so now okay. Now that you're a Stepford wife, you need drama injected into your life. Okay, I get
I
it.
mean, I watch a lot of like
That's
Love
why.
is Blind.
That's why I don't watch anything. Cause look at me. No, no, no. So I normally don't watch them, right? But the
Yeah.
one show that I have been watching with my girl on
Okay.
Netflix,
Okay, what do you guys watch?
Dated and Related, which is the
Oh.
dumbest concept for a dating show in the history of dating shows, in which you and your sibling, which some are boy, most of them are boy girl, some are boy boy, some are girl girl, right?
Okay, yeah.
But where you and your sibling go on a dating island to try and hook up, which essentially means, and this becomes a thing, brothers have to watch their sister get like, I'm trying to think of a word that doesn't make it sound like an animal sex act.
Just say it. I
Gorilla
don't.
fucked. Gorilla
Okay.
fucked.
With other people. I'm trying. I've never seen it. I think I've seen it as like one of the previews or something. But okay.
No, so it's exactly how it sounds
Okay.
where you go in, there was a bunch of people that went in, they would bring in extra people as it went on. Like the one thing I will say they did a really bad job of doing in the show was showing time, how time was passing,
Yeah.
right? And I know part of that is because you're binging it or whatever, right? But it really did feel like the way they shot it, that it was like it day, 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 right? So it never felt like to me that there was anything meaningful happening because it was so fast paced.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so you go in and like you're supposed to be your brother or your sister's wing person
Oh, okay. I
while
see.
they try to hook up with other. And the other thing that was weird is immediately a set of twins hooks up with another set of twins, and they're just like, and they're just like,
Oh,
we're cool with this. And I'm like, but how? I know that like technically you're not related,
right.
but is it a race to the altar at that point?
And
Like,
I don't know, but I've heard a handful of like sets of twins, get like marrying each other, having kids, and their kids
are
are
identical.
essentially no, no, no. I mean, not that. They're essentially cousins, but also sister, siblings.
Genetically, they're brother and
Yes.
sister. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, that's just weird. I don't know. I might have to add that to our list. But we finished all both seasons of Love is Blind. I don't know if you guys ever watched
So
that.
we haven't watched it. What we'll do is we
Should.
will. So
It's
what
the
we'll do,
drama I live for.
so what we do is we will watch somebody do like a video essay on it, right? So there's a creator specifically named 16 Leo. He likes to do like long form, and by long form I mean like hour to hour and a half long video essays where he goes through the whole thing.
Okay.
And to me, that's much more digestible because these people are stupid,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so now at the same time, I've also taken in a great deal of reality TV. So I besmirch no one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so like the only reason I watched this one was because the concept of it was I was just like I couldn't imagine the feeling if like my sister, thankfully I don't have any sisters, but if my sister,
Yeah.
honestly, even if my brother was in the same room with me and I'm not blackout drunk and
Right.
I can hear him doing anything,
Yeah.
like Like,
No.
and don't get me wrong, like back in the day when we was not we, but like when me and my friends were wilding out or whatever, like shit happened at parties or like
Of course,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
like but that's why I put that key piece in there. Blackout drunk. Because also
Right.
that's the only way that I am not having an issue with like some dude just having his hands all over my sister in front of me
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah,
So
that's a very odd concept. Might have to watch it, the first episode and see how we feel about it.
the host is a girl from the show Too Hot to Handle. So I don't know if you've seen that one.
No,
No, okay, that's
no.
another that I haven't seen it, but the concept is like everyone's super sexy, but no one's allowed to have sex.
Ooh, okay. I think that was wasn't that came out like peak COVID and everyone was like
Probably.
really into it. Yeah.
I stopped watching TV around that time.
No, okay, sorry. To get back before like we wrap up our episode, I guess, in a
Hmm.
few minutes. All right, back to Nickelodeon. We were talking about Nickelodeon before
Oh
we got
yeah,
here.
because of Coolio.
Coolio, yes. So according to one of the Nickelodeon stars, she was on iCarly.
Oh, Jeanette McCurdy.
Yes. So she was talking about one of the main producers on the Nickelodeon
Dan
show.
Schneider.
Yes. And how, he overworked all of the kids on his shows, basically.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about, I was like, oh, Keenan and Kel, and it's probably Dan Schneider also probably produced that show, just like
So
every other show he did. It's like,
there's a
wow.
lot. I haven't done the research on it, so
I
I'm not going
haven't
to try and
either.
sit here and talk about it. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff on the internet about how terrible of a person he is. So, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. That's all.
Jeanette just had a book come out,
I
and
do want to read it. I downloaded it, so I'm
it's called
waiting.
"I'm Glad My Mom's Dead," and it's a very powerful title, especially when you actually get into the meat and potatoes of everything that happened to
hmm
her. Um, I'm not sure which is which. I think she had a one woman show that she turned into the book. It's either that or she turned the book into a one woman show. So, but no, I mean, I'm glad that she's
Yeah.
doing good, and I've always thought she was hot. I was happy when well, I'm not happy for her, but I was happy when her pics got leaked a couple years back.
Oh, they were?
Well, she had sent like she was dating some dude in the NBA, and she had
Oh, I
sent him
do
like,
remember those pictures. Yeah.
yeah, she had sent
Not
like
those pictures,
it
but
wasn't nudes, it was like bra and panties, but like she was 18, so it's fine.
okay.
What? He was in the NBA. She better be 18. What'd you
Look who came
draw?
to say hi.
Oh, it's a cat.
It's my kid. Okay, you can go now.
Uh,
He just jumped on the table. I was like, what's happening here? But
before we
yeah.
go, do you have anything that you want to make sure you tell me?
No, but I did want to confirm you said next Wednesday, no show.
No show next. Well,
Reschedule,
yeah, yeah,
reschedule.
yeah. So if you want to schedule it for, if you want to film on Thursday
Okay,
or what,
that's fine.
that's fine. And then, I mean, is it though?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll make sure to adjust my calendar so I can remember I'll adjust our calendar, I should say, that one episode so I can remember and hop on.
Perfect.
Yes.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll do it real quick. Uh, I think it's so dumb. I ordered a desktop vape because I broke mine, right?
Okay, so you
Norm-
have
I have this little one, right?
one for each area of your house. Is that what's happening here?
No, 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 no.
You
So
called it your desktop.
desktop, like on a desktop.
Well, I kind of assumed that it was just for like your area where you are now, and you have one like your tabletop next to your,
Oh,
like your
okay.
nightstand, babe.
Okay. Well, it is classified as a desktop vape.
Okay.
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 I put it on the fucking
I don't know,
station
you're
with all the other.
bougie. Who
I put it on
knows?
the station with all the other shit. Okay. Which
Okay.
Ryan is FDIC insured.
Okay, I get
And
it.
the fidget toy. Okay.
Okay, let's get back to you try to order another one or something.
They won't deliver to Nevada.
Why?
There's some kind of law like concerning e-cigarettes and vapes and everything, and they will not ship it into Nevada. You want to know why I'm actually? Because look, I get it. It's dumb. It makes my life harder, but I have relatives that live in other states, so I'm gonna have it shipped to them. They're gonna ship it to me, right?
Right.
The thing that's dumb about this, it's shipping from Nevada.
I wasn't expecting that plot twist there.
Man, I saw that. Like, so I was looking it up the other day, or I was getting ready to order it, and I found that out, and I was like, man, that sucks. And so Alex went, and she was like, yeah, they have a warehouse in Nevada, so that's really weird. And so as soon as I saw the shipping label, I was like, I bet you it's gonna say it's shipping out of Nevada. Show as fuck did. Sparks NV, motherfucker. And it's just far enough that I can't make a trip up there too.
Yeah, that's like an hour and a half drive to Sparks or longer.
That's Reno basically. So it's a 7 hour drive.
Wait, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, maybe that's
I think you're thinking of like Mesquite,
Overton,
or Laughlin.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, Sparks is up by Reno, so I'm not. It would cost me more in gas to go and get it than I would have paid for it. So it's like, ugh.
It's not worth it.
I just thought that was very, like, the way that the laws work. Oh, we can ship it out this bitch. We ain't shipping it in. Mm-mm.
That is so stupid. I've never heard of that.
And then there's other carriers that will do it, but I couldn't go with them because the carriers that they used were like basically parcel carriers, which are fine. But my issue is that I would need to sign for it. I ain't staying home all day to sign for a package either. So
no.
Oh, I could have had it shipped to my work phone.
Could. Or just, I mean, if you had it signed, you can just go pick it up at the facility.
No, I get that. These are the things that I wish I would reconsider after doing things, but here we are.
Yeah, it happens. It happens because I had to do that recently.
Depending on how the packaging is, like I don't know if that's a good thing to have delivered to your, like if it's just
to your job.
Yeah, if it's just a brown box, right? But if it's like if they got lazy and they just slapped a shipping label on it.
Which it does happen. I have seen Amazon packages that show up just out in the open, like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You guys didn't even put it in another Amazon box? It's just out. No.
It's so dumb because they either will do zero work or it's Inception with boxes where it's fucking, I got the big box and then I got a box within a box.
Box within a boxes. Oh my God.
Got a box from the manufacturer. And then, on the inside of it, it's all nicely wrapped in box.
Yes.
It's poor plant. So
that is exactly what happens.
On that note, please plant a tree.
Plant
a tree in your local neighborhood. No, you probably think we're about to say some sponsorship. No, we ain't sponsored.
No.
I'm trying to get you to be the change, man.
Be the change. You know what I did? I switched from plastic Tupperware to glass Tupperware, and it's great. It's environmentally conscious.
I get that glass is. Were you throwing the Tupperware away?
I mean, eventually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I still have Tupperware from third grade. So I mean, like.
Oh no, I'm sure. Well, no. And when I moved, all of like my parents though, that Tupperware like little cabinet in the bedroom, in the kitchen. Sorry, sorry. My bedside reminder beeped, and I thought of bedroom.
So there's one of two things.
Sorry.
There's either some weird shit happening in your parents' bedroom, or there's some weird shit happening in your bedroom. No, someone has a big Tupperware full of something in a bedroom.
No.
I don't want to know who. It's not look.
Fine. It's fine.
It is fine. Exactly. It is fine. It's not my place to judge. Look, I get down in my own freaky kind of ways that you don't need to know about. So no judgment. No judgment. I'm just saying, like, damn De La Cruzes.
Anyways, I think that's the end of our show.
That is the hour. Yeah. So I
Wow,
think
it is right on the hour. Look
8
at us.
o'clock.
Ugh,
We're getting this thing. We didn't have
here
as
we
many
are.
technical difficulties this week. Would have started on time
Yeah.
if I hadn't had these fries that have now just been sitting here this whole time.
Oh, for the last hour. Now you have to pop them back in the air fryer to warm them up. So,
All I have to do is smoke some extra. I'll be fine.
okay.
That's how it works. That's how cooking works.
I guess. Alrighty. Let me stop recording. Hold on. Oh wait, how did we end? We didn't even end this. See you guys next
Ended.
week.
Ended.